Hi, it's Debbie Donovan from Londonderry, New Hampshire with Being Happy Stamping with Debbie. Today we're going to be working on Pansy Patch. It's one of the new stamp sets coming to you in May. And before we start stamping, I want to tell you about this past weekend. We had a Stampin' Up! Event called On Tour, and it was for 3 hours. And me and my team got a little creative with it, so I wanted to show you a picture of us. Let's see if I can get the picture so it shows. Because it was a 3-hour tour, we chose a Gilligan Island theme to dress up as. We've all been vaccinated, so we were all safe to be together and stamp, and it was really a great day. We learned a lot of great tips, and it's still going on, so we can't share anything that happened during the event. So I just wanted to share our picture because everybody got a kick out of us. Most people were just zooming in on single people's. So I also put together this little with the in colors. Different combinations of the pansies cut out. I'm going to be using a few of these today. And the leaves are in the evening evergreen and the soft succulent. But I used the pale papaya, the polished pink, and the fresh freesia. I think that's what it is, fresh freesia. So, hi Diane. It's nice to see you watching. And so I also wanted to bring to your attention that in the stamp catalog, the rectangle dies, the square dies, the oval dies, and sadly, this is not the one, the stitch framelits are all being discontinued. The only dies they're keeping are the circular dies. So you still have about 10 days to order if you're interested in getting them. I can't live without them, so they're a great tool to be using, and I will be using the square dies today in my products, in my cards. So hopefully you'll be able to order those, and you can just send me a message through Messenger, and I can send you my link to my Stampin' Up! Page if you're interested in ordering. And this will be put on YouTube at a later date, and I will have directions for the cards I'm making also on our website at a later date. I'm trying to catch up to typing all of the instructions. So let's get started with making some cards. Oh, before that, I'll show you the cards that we're making. So this is one card, and you can see they all have a frame theme. This is the second card. And this is the third card. All using the Pansy Patch products and the In Color products, which will be available, as I said, coming to you on May 3rd. I believe it's May 3rd, either the 2nd or the 3rd. Let me turn you down so I can get started with the cards. Once I turn you down, I won't be able to see the comments until I bring you back up. So please comment so I know that you are here. So I prep my cards ahead of time because I like to bring you a lot of products. I just want to get what we're going to be using for this card. No, it's, I was looking for my other stamp. It was stuck on the back. Okay. So I'm going to set these pieces aside and take the white piece because we're going to do some stamping. And this is Fresh Freesia because this card is done in Fresh Freesia and Polished Pink. And you take, I have the little pansy stamp and then the little bearded stamp. And what I'm going to do is take the white and make my own background. And I'm going to just stamp in the ink first. I hope you can see the ink. Let me just do a little check here. Well, it's more important for you to see this part, but I'm going to stamp off first and just randomly stamp. Stamp off, 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 stamp. So that looks pretty. Let me get my little cleaning rag. Sorry it squeaks, but I like to clean my stamps right away. And I'm going to be doing the same stamp off technique with the little beard piece, or the little lion face is what some people call Pansy, has a lion face. So stamp off and then stamp. Stamp off, 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 stamp. I'll close the die because we're all finished with that, the stamp ink. I want to just pull my card out so I can see what I used on it. Clean my ink off. Now, hopefully Lori's watching, because I have a friend, Lori, who asked me a couple questions this weekend, and I forgot to answer them for her. So I'm going to show there's a learning curve with the Stampin' Seal. It seems to fall back when you want to use it, and all you have to do is bring it forward till you find the sticky, and you can do that right here on your craft mat because the silicone mat, it'll bring it forward for you. So I'm going to do that because I had a learning curve with this myself. So that's how you do it, Lori. It's as simple as that. It took me a long time to learn how to use this. Megan was using it, my daughter, very easily. And I actually like the Stampin' Plus better because it is more like little lines than this is the regular one, and it seems to, if you don't push it off sideways like that, which I tend to forget, it'll pull up like you've seen in the first part. It'll pull up with a stream, and you don't want that. So center this onto the fresh freesia. That's your first layer. And the ink is already dry. I have black ink from an earlier stamp I did. And then you always want to make sure the mountain ridge is right here. It's the higher, the bumpier side. You always want to make sure that side of your card is on the inside. And you just want to bring your layers together. This is a standard A2 card size, which are all the cards that I usually make. But before I do that, I want to put some just a little on the mat, and you do a little here sideways, a little here, because it's going to have a ribbon, so I need an anchor. I do need my scissors. So Lori, I hope at least you watch the replay and get those, you can see those the way I demonstrated it, and it helps you. Lori was ginger this weekend. We had so much fun. We had Gilligan, Ginger, the skipper, and I was Mrs. Howell, which my boa had molted all over the living room. We had feathers everywhere. Not sure if I left enough to have to tie it. We'll see. Okay. I like to loop that over first, and then I can tie my bow after. So here I'm putting my layer on my card, just centering it. And I'm not worried about the ribbon at the moment. I am worried because I've lost one of my little tools that I like to use. Nope, I didn't lose it. It's right here. Because I need glue dots. And my glue. I like to use the mono, the Tombow multi-use glue. And what I did to make the frames was, I only have one square here, but you take a square and then you take another smaller square, and then you put, you hold it down with washi tape and you run it through the embossing machine, the cutting embossing machine. And it'll cut out a nice frame for you. And that's why I'm sad they're leaving, because they're such a pretty element. Trying to look to see if that's how I did it. No, it was this way. So you make it so that the frames intertwine, and then I held them together and I put a little bit of glue. My hands are a little shaky today, sorry. They're not usually this bad, of course, because I'm filming, they have to act up. Okay, and then you just turn it, and I put it so that the pink frame was at the top, and it made the purple frame, the lilac, fresh freesia, was square. Because then I have a little square here that says happy birthday, because I've been doing most of my cards as happy birthday cards. I'm putting some glue on that. Press it down. And then I need some dimensionals, which are our foam squares. Well, they're not squares, they're little. Oh, these are the little ones. I want the bigger ones. I like to pop up my, wherever my pansy went. Okay, Pansy, where'd you go? I seen you when I popped you out of the cards. Looks like today's not going to be a good day for me. Okay, well, I don't see it on the floor. My cat was here. He might have taken it if it dropped on the floor. He likes to cover his dish up with little things because it's not here. Yeah, I can hear him upstairs. He sounds guilty. So anyways, this one won't have the pansy until later because the pansy goes over this, but we take these. Glue dots. And I like to take my ribbon and just put a glue dot underneath it to hold it in place while I tie my bow. And like I said, I'm not sure I can get a bow out of this. It looks a little small for me. Well, my hands aren't cooperating today, so I'm going to tie a nice knot. Where'd which I think they look just as pretty as the bows do on the cards. And then you always want to cut your ends on an angle. And I'll just give another peek to make sure that they... He ran upstairs, so I think he's guilty. Lila, where'd my pansy go? It was here when I poured it out. He's sitting on the chair next to me now. But your pansy would go right there. And then I took our new beautiful rhinestones. I love these rhinestones. They're Aurora Borealis. And then in the in colors. And I took one pink one and put it in this corner. And then a pink one here, fresh freesia here. So the pink is polished pink. And I put that there. And here's the finished card with the pansy. So that's card number 1. Card number 2 is going to be in our Evening Evergreen and our Pale Papaya. I'm going to leave my little pieces in here for the moment. Again, I made a little frame. And then I cut this as a part of the DSP, the Designer Series paper. I used the Parisian embossing folder to run it through the embosser. So you can see it's embossed. And then again, you want to on the score line. I've already scored my cards. So, but I like to use the bone folder to burnish the edge and make it nice and neat. And because this is embossed, I like to use the glue for the edge. I actually use the glue a lot. I like glue. The glue, I go through bottles of it. And now on this one, you're going to put this piece down on an angle. And you can see I'm not using a lot of glue. It looks like I'm using a lot, but it's very little stream. Yep, this is the right way. Make sure your paper, if it has an angle to it, you're putting it the right way up. And then I made a very thin frame. Let's see if I can get the glue on this. My cat Milo is upstairs now and he's crying, so I don't know what his problem is. He's probably up there with my Pansy, knowing he did a bad thing. I have 3 cats. He's my baby. It's an orange tabby. Maybe one of his siblings got in my bedroom. He doesn't like that at all. He usually growls when they're in there, though. All the 3 cats are very friendly. And this frame, you want it to be straight with the card. And just put that down. Now take my pieces out. And I do have a piece of ribbon. Oh, that's not it. Where'd my little piece of ribbon go? In the pale papaya, I have a small piece of the organza ribbon. It's so beautiful. I love this ribbon. It's in all the in colors, which are the 5 new colors that they came out with. And I'm going to tie a simple knot. It's not even tying it twice, just once. And not pulling really too tight. So I'll be using that. And the pansies were layered. There were other pieces that you could put on the top, but I didn't want to add another color to it. This is Calypso Coral. The inside of the pansy here is the pale papaya, Daffodil Delight center, and then the Blushing Bride edge. Again with my dimensionals. I'm losing everything this morning. I put them in my little basket here on the side. So we put 3 dimensionals on the pansy. And you just take the little backs off. And see, they're about 1/8 of an inch high. And it just rises it up a nice little bit. And then I'm going to add the leaves, which I cut in soft succulent, which is... This color palette is so pretty. I love it. It's one of my favorite. Just stick one there. And I'm going to stick one at the bottom to give it a little color down here. And they just slide right underneath because the pansy is raised. And then again, same happy birthday. It's the happy birthday that came with it. I'm going to put some glue on that. I'm just going to tuck that on a little bit of an angle. Right under there. But you want your birthday to show. And then again, take another glue dot. You want to put your glue dot on your, see if it'll go right on. And you put the ribbon right up on top. You can tighten your knot a little bit. And again, cut your ends on a nice little angle. That prevents the fraying of the ribbon. So if you're watching, please leave me a comment so I know you're here, because I can't see you. And if you don't comment, I don't know you were here. So here's this card. That's card number 2. And then card number 3. I just want to uncover it so I can see. This one I was doing a similar card this morning. Bring my pansies and put my leaves back in. And happy birthday. Go. We're going to be using the Genial gems, which are in the soft succulent and the pale papaya color. And then gold satin ribbon. And then this is the back side of this pattern here. The dies will actually cut the leaves out. But I really love the check pattern. This is soft succulent. And again, another rectangle frame. So an A2 card that I'm using is 8.5 by 11. 8.5 by 5.5, sorry. I don't know where I got the 11. I was thinking of the piece of paper is 8.5 by 11. It's half a sheet of paper. And so you'll get 2 cards out of the paper and you score it at 4 1/4. And this paper is so beautiful. There's a piece of that has pansies that you can use the dies that come with the set, or you can purchase the bundle and have the dies with the stamp set. But the pansies die will cut out the pansies paper. Having a little trouble. I was talking too much. Okay. One more frame. Excuse me. One more frame. Little glue on it. Kind of wish I had made the rectangle the frame a little bit wider after I had them made, but it's still pretty. Now, let me take a quick drink of water. I have a little tickle in my throat from the spring allergies. Everything is budding here in New Hampshire. I'm allergic to all the trees and grasses and everything, so it's giving me a little tickle in my throat. Okay, so to hold the gold ribbon down, because I'm going to do a zigzag pattern with it, I like to use glue dots. So I'm going to just put a glue dot here. And bring it over to the edge. I hope I'm still in frame. Yep. Put a glue dot there. And we'll put it right there. I'm going to trim this one so it's not off the card. Okay, so get my pansies. I'm using daffodil yellow and so saffron and white and mango melody. And then Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, Daffodil, and then the Fresh Freesia. I just love purple and yellow together. So we're going to put some dimensionals on those. Pansies are my best friend Sarah's favorite flower. I love pansies too. I love all flowers, but I have three favorite: yellow roses, stargazer lilies, and hydrangeas. Those are my favorite flowers. Oh, and lilacs, which are all budded around my house. Do have a lot of lilac bushes. But anything purple for me is a great flower. You know the little pansies my mom used to call Johnny Jump Ups. So I don't know if that's the real name for them, the little miniatures, or if she just called them that. But she was a great gardener. I didn't get her green thumb. My daughter did, though. So she takes care of our gardens. Because we live at my mom's house now. Since she passed, and my mom has a lot of gardens here. And she taught my daughter a lot about flowers. So I'll put those right there. And we'll do the same thing. I'll add some leaves to it. Looks like I used a little one right here. Just press that down. And my frames that I used in the last two cards, in this card and the last card, were is the Evening Evergreen, which is so pretty. Oh, let's put it over here. My glue dots were in the way to get it. And a nice spot. And then this one, because we have, I want to put on this side. Yeah, looks nice right there. And then again, happy birthday. It's a very pretty saying. It has happy birthday, thank you, a little hello from me to you, love you much. And it has a couple longer sayings for the inside. It's a very nice stamp set. You'll be able to buy it as a bundle in the catalog so that you can get the dies with it. And I love these gems too. They're very sparkly and they're new to the catalog. So let's put one little one right here on the birthday. And I'll use a big one up here. You always go in threes. And we'll just put another one down here. So there you go. Quick and easy. All 3 cards. Now, I'm going to close my glue. I'm hoping Lori is watching because I have a trick or technique that I use. She asked me, she's having issues with her, this is our little mini embossing machine. Let me pull the paper out because it'll work better without the paper. And I was playing with, or I wasn't playing with it, when I was cutting all the pansies for the pansy chart I made, I noticed that, well, a friend of mine, Kathy Bedell, had told me if you slide up the top plate just a hint, it'll catch that plate first, and then it'll be able to pull your stuff through. You can see my plate's well used. This bottom plate, it has many colors on it. So, but the other thing that I noticed yesterday when I was, this weekend when I was doing a lot of the pansies, was there are lines here. So if you keep your paper below those lines, and then you just make your sandwich, and then if you push it and see the handle just moved, I hope you can see that the handle just moved a little bit, and then you'll have no problem cutting. It'll go right through. And the clicking is all the cutting of the die. So there you go. So I hope that helps some of you that are having a hard time with the little embosser, or the big embosser has the same 2 lines. Just make sure you keep your paper below those 2 lines and line them up, and it'll be good. So I'm going to turn you up, and hopefully I won't lose you and have the back of the camera again, the back of my stand. No. Hi, Sarah and Sandy and Carl. Hope you're enjoying the cards I made today. So I want to go back to the beginning because, oh, it's pouring there, it's Sarah. It's sunny here, but one side is getting dark. It has dark clouds, and it's starting to get really windy. So again, here's the chart of pansies I made using the in colors. So it was fun working on the different combinations. And then again, this weekend we had Stampin' Up! Event called On Tour, and it was a 3-hour on tour. So me and my team got creative and decided to dress up as Gilligan's Island. So see if you can get a picture, show you the picture. Here's my friend Lori is Ginger, and Sarah's Gilligan. I was Mrs. Powell, and my daughter was the skipper, and we even have the, my daughter made us the boat, the little sign On Tour. And there are still tours going on, so we can't share the tips and the techniques that we learned. But we had a wonderful time and a lot of laughs, and we're all vaccinated, so it was so much fun to be able to stamp together again. And hopefully more of our friends will be getting vaccinated soon, and we can get back to having classes. I miss having classes and seeing all our friends. It's nice seeing them on Zoom, but one-on-one is in person is much better. And you can actually give real hugs. So I hope you enjoyed everything today. Again, I'll show you the cards in case you missed them. Here's the first one I did with the pansy, because when I did it, my pansy was missing, and I think Milo stole it because it was there when I put it out of the package. This was the last one I made. And the second one I made was this one. And I know they're Sarah's favorite flower, so she'll probably get one for her birthday. Or I'll design her a new one that'll have pansies. So I hope you have a good day. Sorry, Sarah, that it's pouring there. I think we are going to get a storm because on the Manchester side, it's very stormy looking. So it's coming our way. And so stay dry, be happy, and have a good day. Thank you.